Growing up, always math and science were my favorite subjects. My freshman spring quarter, I took essentially global warming 101 course. This was in the Atmospheric and Oceanic Sciences department at UCLA, where I was a student, and it just captured me, hook, line, and sinker. I'm Spencer Hill. I'm a new assistant professor in the Department of Earth and Atmospheric Sciences. I study what's called tropical atmospheric dynamics. So specifically, I study monsoons. We want to understand everything about them, sort of from the very basics of why they occur, when and where they do on average, to what they have done in past climates, but especially what will they do in the future. So as greenhouse gas emissions increase, as the planet warms, will the monsoon rains come earlier or later? Will there be more or less on average? Will the individual storms within a monsoon season get stronger or weaker? In teaching, it's all about active learning. That's sort of a buzzword, but it's a good one, right? So active learning, as it sounds, means that students are not sitting passively watching a lecture, you talking at them, but they are engaged the entire time. You pose a question to the class, you have students pair up or have small groups of 2 or 3, say. It gets students talking with each other, it gets them thinking critically, or forces them to speak out loud what's on their mind about a problem, first in pairs, and then enables the whole class to hear how different subsets of the class were thinking about the problem. One thing I've been doing is on Twitter, of all things, I have a series what I call Cli-Sci Hi-Fi, short for Climate Science High Fidelity. High fidelity being, a high fidelity sound system. And there, basically in each of those posts, I simply share a lyric, a piece of art, etc., that somehow draws on Earth's weather and climate in an interesting way, and I just sort of work through that. And so that's been a really fun outlet for those sort of, what's the right buzzword, cross-disciplinary, interactions between science and art that I've found very interesting. There's a second brand new research wing that I'm building out right now, specifically for this position that I've started at City College, which is understanding weather and climate's impacts on New York City and even the neighborhood of Harlem that CCNY resides in. So that's going to be a much more applied program where we are linking to data observations of the real physical climate system and weather, but then tying that to actual outcomes of well-being. So socioeconomic measures of air pollution, health outcomes, etc., to try to truly establish the links between just how our weather and our climate and our changing climate are acting to the good and the ill sometimes of our neighborhood.